Crash Bandicoot used to be a household name and was practically synonymous with the PlayStation in the way that Mario and Sonic were mascots for Nintendo and Sega's consoles. Times change though, and sadly the last original game that the Marmalade Marsupial featured in was way back in 2010. Don't feel too sad though, as Crash has been enjoying somewhat of a renaissance, with the original trilogy and Crash Team Racing both being remastered for current tech. There's also rumours of a new original in the works. Of course then, it was therefore only a matter of time before he got a mobile game, and Crash Bandicoot Mobile just soft-launched in Malaysia. This means of course I headed straight to APKPure to download it and give it a spin. Haha. Ahoy there, Captain Benzie here, coming at you with a first impressions video for Crash Bandicoot Mobile, based on the first few days of playing. Now before we jump in on this one, if you do enjoy the video, let me know by slapping that like button, and consider subscribing to the channel for all things mobile gaming. Ding that notification bell to make sure that you know when the next video goes live, of course. Let me know what videos or topics you would like to see me cover in future videos, either by commenting down below or by finding me on social media, including my Discord. Alright, let's get going. Crash Bandicoot Mobile is an endless runner game, the likes of, say, Temple Run. Gameplay is fairly straightforward. Crash is always running and the player can swipe left or right to switch lanes to avoid obstacles and collect Wumpa Fruit. Swiping up is used to jump over holes or obstacles, swiping down does a sliding kick that slides under barriers and breaks boxes, and tapping the screen does Crash's signature spin attack, which is even better for breaking boxes and sending enemies flying. Calling the game an endless runner though doesn't feel quite right. It's not really endless, as each stage essentially sees you running towards an end of level boss that must be dispatched by throwing bombs at them, which you achieve by reaching them and then tapping a slider. It's fairly straightforward. There are also larger bosses that take multiple hits with fruit, and defeating these guys usually lets you progress to the next area. That said, there are also endless sections. You see those bombs you use to take down the bosses? You have to get your sister Coco to craft them for you, and that means gathering materials. Oh gosh, I hear you cry, here it is, the monetization system. Well, yeah and no. Let me explain. Gathering runs are levels that keep cycling and looping and allow you to collect as much or as little of a resource as you like. Sure, you can technically use gems to buy those resources, but they're so easy and fun to collect that there really is no point. Within my first hour of playing, I did one long gathering run, and I didn't run out of materials for the rest of my first day playing. Level variety is a little slim at the moment, with only 3 environments currently in the game, with the instantly recognisable Turtle Woods, the famous Lost City, and of course a volcano. These are visually diverse and do add their own unique spins on gameplay. The Lost City, for example, is full of traps and secrets hidden behind switches. The big boss fights are also great fun, as are challenge stages dotted around on the gathering runs. These will really test your skills and have some fittingly challenging sections. Unlike most endless runners, stages aren't random, and they do contain multiple checkpoints that allow you to continue with all of your resources intact if you do fail. Don't worry, there is no live system. Die as many times as you like, you'll be able to keep restarting right where you left off. There are timers on crafting the bombs though. Some of these take a fair whack of time to make, but the game doesn't stop you playing entirely during this. For the most part, I've just kept making bombs in the background whilst playing through the main stages, and when I run out of bombs, well, I make a plan. 15 minutes of waiting for a set of bombs to craft is an excellent time to put the kettle on, or to go do a 15 minutes gathering run if my wife's just made the tea. I have no doubt that these timers will get longer later on in the game, but you can still go on gathering runs or take the opportunity to try some of the challenge runs. At 3 days into the game, I've still yet to even unlock the store, so I'll report on that once I actually reach it, but that in itself I feel is a good sign. Crash Bandicoot Mobile is definitely a casual gaming experience. If you're looking for the kind of challenges offered by the infamous Road to Nowhere and the High Road, you won't find them here, but you will find a fair amount of fun to be had when there's not much else going on in life. It also runs offline, which was a very happy discovering during a famous Zimbabwe power cut this morning that left us without Wi-Fi. The game definitely isn't perfect though. There have been some curious graphical issues that I hope get sorted before the game goes into a full global launch. You can often see floating objects in the background like trees and walls, especially prominent on the Lost City. Beyond this, even on my Razer Phone 2, I suffered some weird hitching where the game would freeze for a few moments, only to suddenly snap back into motion. This often got me killed and sent me back to the last checkpoint. Fortunately, there's no loss of anything on death, but it was still frustrating and entirely too frequent. Finally, I'm curious as to the actual purpose of the Aku Aku masks. Now, in the main games, they act kind of like extra hits for Crash, allowing him to take more damage before dying. In Crash Bandicoot Mobile, some things seem to instantly kill you, even with a mask. Hitting a wall is instant death, falling into a pit of course is instant death, but curiously so were many enemy projectiles, and sometimes the nitro boxes were one-hit kills, and sometimes they weren't? Now, my final comment isn't so much a complaint, and more a wish. Crash Bandicoot is known for its chase levels like Boulder Dash or Unbearable, where Crash is fleeing from boulders, polar bears, or even dinosaurs. These, I feel, would make an interesting spin on the Endless Runner genre by having you running towards the screen. Now, the same goes for levels like Hog Wild or Orient Express, where Crash, or Coco, are riding a wild boar or Bengal tiger respectively. Maybe these are already in and I just haven't reached them yet. It remains to be seen, I'll let you know. All in all, Crash Bandicoot Mobile isn't a bad experience at all so far. It's surprisingly fun, it's vibrant, and it's an excellent little time killer. It's just got a few more bugs and visual flaws than I'd like for a game of this type, but it is the most fun I've had with an Endless Runner in quite some time. It's yet to be seen if monetization will rip this charming little game to shreds, but certainly that's a distant problem for future me right now, and I'll be back with a full review if anything much should change. As usual, links to the download for Android are in the description below, so do give it a try and let me know your thoughts. Happy sailing, and see you on the Wumpa Islands!